What movie do you unironically love, that critics hated? National Treasure. Both of them are great, but the first one has a special place in my heart. Mystery Men. Even Ben Stiller hated it. The Losers. And #X200B. I don't know if it was hated so much as nobody saw it. I think it got overshadowed by The Expendables despite being better in just about every way. Chronicles of Riddick. Big Trouble in Little China, initially lambasted by critics, but as it became a cult favorite, critics started to come around. Scooby-Doo and Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. Have been watching them my whole childhood and I see how great they really are for me. Mars Attacks is probably my favorite parody movie ever. And almost everyone who watched couldn't get over how ridiculous it was. A Knight's Tale. It wasn't hated by critics. But it wasn't particularly loved. But it's such a feel-good movie. Phenomenal soundtrack. Great cast. Death to Smoochie. Robin Williams unhinged as Rainbow Randolph is amazing. For an entire week all I watched was Megamind, so I guess that. The 13th Warrior. Waterworld. She's the Man. It's just an incredibly fun movie. David Lynch's Dune. Has its problems, but my goodness, the production design and the sheer ambition of it. Effects technology wasn't quite there yet. The Mummy and the Mummy Returns. Not another teen movie. Still think it's funny today. The Family Man. 2000. Starring Nicolas Cage. I've always liked this movie a lot and will always watch it when it's on. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Rush Hour 3. I couldn't believe it only has 18% score. John Carter. My top 3 terrible films that I love are The Happening, Green Street, Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. These films are simply awful. But they are also infinitely enjoyable. Hoodwinked. Nacho Libre E. I was honestly shocked it got bad reviews. The movie Twister. Happy Gilmore. Just stupid enjoyment. Nostalgia factor for me too, as a couple of my college roommates and I used to watch it all the time. Josie and the Pussycats. It's hilarious, has an amazing cast, and the music is awesome. Pacific Rim. The Super Mario Bros. Movie. I know it's terrible, but I love it, probably mostly due to nostalgia. But I don't care. Joe Dirt is hilarious, one of my favorite comedies. Easily David Spade's best leading role. 10% on Rotten Tomatoes. Hudson Hawk. It was panned so badly I went in expecting the worst. I loved it. I thought it was going to be a serious action movie and was a comedy. Grandma's Boy. Pirates of the Caribbean. Dead Man's Chest and At World's End. I don't really understand why people think the third film is so confusing. I actually really enjoyed Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman and Season of the Witch with Nick Cage. Apparently critics hated Boondock Saints, but it's one of my all-time favorite movies. Basketball. Full of underrated humor and the whole movie is absurd, but I fucking love it. And hey, I'll be using some lines when I go to college and cheer on my school basketball team. Venom. It's a fun movie that was loved by the general audience but was panned by critics. Seriously. On Tomatoes the critic score is 29% compared to the public's 81%. Major pain. All of the Hellboy movies. I'm a huge fan of the comics. The films weren't incredible but I love them anyway. Highlander. I loved Butterfly Effect. Fight Me. Thor. Dark World. I don't love it, but I think it's better than people give it CR. The Knowing with Nick Cage. Hook. Blows my mind that some people hate this movie. Looking at Rotten Tomatoes, 0.29% by critics. They're nuts. Fuck it. I will say it. Ocean's 13! Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. The Man Who Knew Too Little. 1997. An incredibly silly Bill Murray comedy with a fantastic cast and unique premise. The Postman. I genuinely enjoyed this story of hope in a world destroyed by war. Vanilla Sky. I was mesmerized by it, and was incredibly surprised when I came to know so many people hated it. Dreamcatcher. It's like a movie version of whatever Stephen King sees when he closes his eyes. Godzilla. King of the Monsters. King Arthur. Legend of the Sword. Not Another Teen Movie is one of the greatest comedies of its time. It won't age well because the references probably won't hold up for Gen Z. But it is a masterpiece. 8mm, has one of my favorite Joaquin Phoenix characters in it. Ace Ventura: Pet Detective slayed me in the theater. Though every joke was fucking hilarious. Still do. King Arthur with Clive Owen. 6.3 IMDb. 31% RT. 46% MC. I don't know a single person who likes this film, but I really do. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe for more content.